school traditional, shotgun and Sunday school. Don't really care what you think, 'cause I've been asking around, and you know what I found is most of us believe the same things. And I won't conform, my mind ain't gonna change. I'm just like concrete, I'm all mixed up and set in my ways.
Hey there, YouTube. Patriot Piper coming at you today with my VR response for Four-Eyed Piper for his 100-200 GAW. Coming to you. This is super last minute. I think I got like a day left on this, so I need to get this done. A lot of you know I tend to slack a little bit with the video responses. I tend to get them in really late, and so I'm, keeping with tradition, I guess. Anyways, real quick, I'm smoking my Legend Second, and in it I'm smoking some half and half. Out here on my lunch today, just enjoying some nice overcast, gloomy kind of weather. So we have the choice of answering one of two questions. Biggest or best decision you ever made, and worst decision you ever made, I believe, or worst mistake or something like that. Or most important decision. I had it written down, I don't remember. But anyways, I'm going to do that one. So for me, the biggest, most important decision that I've ever made was almost 4 years ago, when I made the decision to leave California and move to Nebraska. I'd been living in California. Most of my family and extended family is in California, in the San Diego area. So a few years ago, I had wanted to move out of California for a very long time. California and me, we just, I never really, I don't say I didn't like it there, I just never really felt like that was where I belonged, so to speak. Mainly because it's very big, very congested, too many people, and the biggest factor for two of the biggest factors for wanting to leave California was that very expensive to live there, very hard to support yourself in San Diego or in California in general. So that was one of the big factors. The other factor, the biggest factor, was in the years leading up to my moving away, California had passed certain legislation that I didn't agree with, and it was legislation that directly affected me and people like me, and we knew that there was going to be more coming down the road. That would make life for certain people very difficult. So anybody that is pro Second Amendment, that is familiar with California and what's happened over the last few years, you know what I'm talking about. So I made the conscious decision that I wasn't going to live there. I wasn't going to be I wasn't going to be told what I could have, what I couldn't have, how much of this I could have, you know, as well as just out of control registrations and things like that. And I don't want to get into that too much. I don't want to get very political about it. But that was a big reason for me leaving wanting to leave California, was because of those two things. Very expensive to live there, and very very one-sided legislation on topics that were important to me. So I had a friend that had moved from California to Omaha a couple years earlier, and I ended up moving out here, and I really liked it here. Fell in love with Omaha almost immediately, and it was it was definitely the biggest decision and the hardest decision, because I did leave all my family behind. I left my parents, grandparents, cousins, aunts, uncles. I left literally every resemblance of a safety net that I had, or not really a safety net, but a family, and I moved out to somewhere where I only knew two people. So it was very hard to actually make that decision and follow through. But the outcome of that decision has been a great job, making decent money where I'm able to afford my, in San Diego, I could have an apartment that I share with two people, and I would still be paying more in rent than what I pay for a one-bedroom here. So if that puts things into perspective a little bit, it's so life for me is a lot better than it was there. It is still hard, not having family, not getting to see family. That part is still hard, but the ways that my life has gotten better because of the move, I would, if I had to make the same decision again, I definitely would. So that pretty much, I guess, answers that the best way I can. So hopefully that suffices. So with that, Four-Eyed Piper, you're over 200 subs. That's very, very cool, man. Very cool. It's nice to see guys getting subs fast. It's really, really cool. So again, congratulations on that. Enjoy watching your videos. You're in the same boat with a lot of guys now, like the newer guys that, like I say, like I'm still new myself, but the quality of content coming out from like the newer guys is all really good content. One thing is, I don't see a lot of bad content from YTPC members of the YTPC. Everybody seems to be putting out good content, because I think a lot of that has to do with it's content that we're passionate about, content we care about. And you're definitely on that list of guys putting out really good content. So again, congratulations on those subs. Well deserved. So until next time, guys, have a great day, pleasant evening. I'm Patriot Piper. See you next time. Later.